Okay, welcome to part 12, I think. Yeah, part 12. So, creating the hands. So, another thing that is quite tricky to get used to. So, how we're going to go about creating the hands is the very first thing we need to do is have a look at how many segments we have in the arm. So, if I just count them really quickly, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we have 12 edges. An easy way to actually see that, if you go to edge mode and you double click this edge, you can actually see here we have 12 edges. Okay, so now we need to know that we need to create a hand that has 12 sides or 12 edges to go and connect the arm with the actual hand, same way we did the neck. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my top view, and in here I'm going to go to my create panel. I'm going to create a box. Okay, so something like that. Okay, let me just go and push this up. Okay, that looks fine. So the size, you're gonna have to see what you're gonna do with yours. I think I'm gonna round out my values. I like to work with whole numbers, so maybe value of 4. The width, let's see, it's a little bit too big. Let's maybe make that 4 as well. And the height, let's bring that up to 1. So something like that. Then my length segments, I'm gonna add 4. Okay, and then I'm gonna add 1 height segment. So what we have now, if we quickly count the edges, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so all of those segments can go and connect into the hand. Okay, that's perfect. So let me just go and change this to black and apply that gray material we created at the beginning. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we can now go right click, convert to an editable poly, and I'm going to go to vertex mode. Select all of these vertices, scale tool, and in my y-axis I'm going to go and scale that in a little bit. Okay, let me go to my top view and something like that. You can always go and readjust it later on. Okay, so something like that. So this is just the basic shape of the hand. So the next thing is creating fingers. I'm going to go and select these polygons. Okay, and I'm going to go and inset that. It's a little bit too much. Let me rather select them individually, otherwise it's giving me some problems. Okay, so I'm just going to inset that to maybe 0,1 maybe. Yeah, 0,1, that's fine. Click on the plus, no, not click on the plus sign, click on the OK sign. Okay, control click those ones, and then I can just click on the inset. It will remember the previous settings that I had. Oh no, oh wait, that's a different version of 3ds Max. It's an older version, doesn't do that anymore. I'll just click on that and then click OK. Select that, click that, and click on the settings, and there we go. Then I'll just go and select these ones again. Scale tool, not scale tool, the move tool, and I'm gonna move them out a little bit. So basically, what this is gonna start, this is gonna be the start of our knuckles. Okay, so something like that. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm gonna do is, with all 4 of those selected, I'm going to go and hit extrude. Okay, We don't want long fingers like that. Okay, I'm gonna go to my top view, and I can always adjust this later on. So maybe a value of 1,3 maybe. I'll click on the plus sign, and let's see. What I'm actually doing, and it's good for you to do as well, is have a look at your finger. Okay, so I have my finger in front of me, in front of me, and I'm looking at it, so I can see that the first from the first knuckle that's connected to the hand to the first knuckle on your actual finger. Okay, that one is quite long. Then the one next to it is shorter, and then the tip of your finger is more or less the same as the second one, more or less. Okay, so a little bit shorter. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit, maybe 1,2, and then I'll click on the plus sign and add another one, and maybe make that 1.1. Okay, this is a slight difference. Okay, and those are my fingers. Okay, so we're first just going to focus on the 4 fingers, and then we'll worry about the thumb. Okay, so I'm happy with the way that looks. So the next thing that I want to do is I actually want to go and create the knuckles. Okay, so just holding down Control, double clicking the segments. I'm going to hit F3 just to make sure I don't have anything else selected. There we go, perfect. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to chamfer, not as much. Okay, I'm going to chamfer that to about 1. Okay, so this is going to be the knuckles. So I think maybe value of 1. I can go and adjust it later on if I need to. Okay, and then I'm going to select one edge, select and click on Shift, Control click on another edge, and Shift click on another one, Control click, Shift click, Control click, Shift click. Same over here, Control click, Shift click. You can hit F3, that makes it a little bit easier for you. Okay, not really. Control click, Shift click, Control click, Shift click, and there we go. F3, just making sure that I have only those ones selected. Okay, looks like I have another one. Oh no, that's just my axis. Okay, so with that, I'll just go and hit connect, just to add one segment in the middle, just like that. Okay, so that is now basically the fingers, and this is going to be the joints. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my top view, and I am going to scale these fingers, because obviously your fingers are not, they don't have the same length. Okay, so all I'm going to do, vertex mode. So again, if you take a look, if I go to my perspective view, okay, if you take a look at the reference image, this angle, so the thumb is going to be over here. So this is your index finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and then your pinky. Okay, make sure that when you do your character's hands, that obviously the you don't put the thumb on this side. Okay, so make sure, look at your reference image. If your reference image has been drawn correct, make sure that your thumb is pointing forward. Okay, so I'm going to go to my top view, and then all I'm going to do is going to select all of these vertices, and with my move tool I'm just going to go and just push this back a little bit. So it's good to just have hold your hand in front of you and look at the distance between your fingers. Okay, so now my middle finger is going to be the longest one, so I'll move over to the ring finger, and that one is slightly longer than your index finger. I'm going to take this middle finger and make it a little bit longer, and then obviously the pinky is going to be quite short. I'm going to take this knuckle, just move it up a little bit, take this knuckle and move that up as well. Okay, also take a look at where your knuckles are. So keep holding your hand in front of you and just see more or less where your knuckles are. This one needs to be a little bit forward. Okay, so something like that. Okay, take this one, just push it back a little bit, and there we go. Okay, I think my fingers are a little bit too short. I'm going to just highlight all of them and just push them forward a little bit, and then take these joints and push that forward a little bit. Remember to select everything. Push that forward a little bit, and then take these ones and just push that forward a little bit. Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. Okay, what I'm seeing now is, nah, it should be fine. Don't need to worry too much about it. What I actually wanted to do, I'll do that in between lessons. My inset amount, I wanted to actually make that a little bit more. And what I actually wanted to do, I wanted to go to edge mode with that edge selected, and actually wanted to chamfer that edge. Okay, yeah. So what I actually wanted to do is chamfer the edges before I actually extruded them out. So yeah, sorry about that. So all you need to do is to just chamfer the edges before you actually do your inset. So I'm just going to pause the video and just quickly redo that, so I do apologize. Okay, so all I did quickly is I just selected polygon mode, deleted all the fingers, and just kept this border, and right click and just cut down, and just quickly redid that. So what you want to do is you want to select these lines, and we will go and chamfer them. Okay, that value is actually perfect. My value is 0.1. That's actually perfect. Okay, so then what you want to do, I'm going to go to my left view, and I want to get these more or less the same size. So I'm going to just select these two, push them over a little bit, take these ones, push them over a little bit. Okay, just so these are more or less the same size. So you can see this one is more square than this one. So let me go, select these two, push them over a little bit, take these ones, just hit F3, make sure I don't have anything else selected, and then just move them over. So just with your eye, just judge that, the way it looks. Okay, so now we have something like that. I can also just take these ones individually, and my top view, I can just move that over a little bit just so I can get a perfect triangle more or less there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so you want to double click that line when you move it, Okay, so now we will go and select the fingers. So go ahead and select them individually and then inset that. Okay, inset, inset, and inset. Okay, so now we will go and extrude them out. Okay, so the first value that I had was 1,3. Hit the plus sign, not twice. Then the other one was 1,2, plus sign, and then the other one was 1,1. Okay, so sorry about that, guys, but it does happen. Okay, everyone forgets something now and then. Okay, so now we have some space in between our fingers. Okay, so also one thing that I want to do that I forgot to do is I just want to select all of them. Okay, in top view, just select all of those polygons and just move that forward so we can create the knuckles. Okay, not too much. Okay, there we go. So then the next thing that we'll do is we'll go to edge mode. Okay, select all of these edges and I'll go and chamfer that, click OK, and we're going to go select all of these ones again. So I'm just going to pause this video and select all of them. Okay, once I have all of them selected, F3 just to make sure I don't have anything else selected, and then we'll just go and connect, add one segment in there, and go back to my top view, vertex mode, and then we'll just get the shape of the finger. So I did show you how to do that, so I'm going to pause the video and quickly do that. Okay, so now I have my fingers more or less the length that they need to be. Okay, so remember to refer to your hands, okay, so you can get a good feel of where the knuckles need to be and how far apart the fingers are. Okay, so that's looking good. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is with edge mode, I'm going to double click this edge, and that'll select all the way through. So what I want to do now is I'll hit F3, go to wireframe, going to Alt and deselect all of the edges. The only edges that I want are going to be these ones, so the ones from this knuckle. Okay, so if you take a look in there, I don't want this one. Okay, so Alt that, so just those ones, and then all you want to do is with your scale tool in the Y axis, you want to just go and just bring that out a little bit. Okay, just to give this finger some shape. And I'm going to pause the video and do it for all of my other fingers. Okay, so there I have my fingers done. Okay, so what you want to do, whenever you scale them, make sure that these ones don't overlap and merge into each other. So make sure, if they did, you can just go select this edge and just bring this out slightly and just adjust it the way you see best to fit that. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, I like where this is going. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do some more just tweaking. I see the length is not entirely happy with the length, so I'm just going to really go and adjust that. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do after you're happy with your fingers, I'm going to go to edge mode. I'm going to select this edge and hold down shift, don't move it, and then control click on this edge and then shift click that, control and shift click, control click and shift click. Okay, so we can get all of that. Then I want to go and hit connect, add one segment in the middle. Okay, Then with that selected, I'm gonna hit Control and click on vertex, and what that'll do is it will have the edges that I just had selected. It will convert and carry over to the vertex mode. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit R on my keyboard, okay, just to scale that up. I'm going to go to my left view, and then in the Y axis I'm just going to shape that just like that. Not too much, that's a bit too much. Okay, just to also just give that just some more roundness. Okay, I'm going to pull these ones out a little bit. Okay, and that just gives it some roundness. Now the next thing that we want to do is, if you take a look at your fingers, they are not as flat as these ones. So what I want to do is I'm going to select the tip of this finger, and we're going to go to soft selection. Okay, I'm going to go use soft selection. Okay, so if you've never used this before, basically what soft selection does, it allows you, so for example, if I was to resize this just in this axis, okay, as you can see it's resizing. Okay, now let me actually take the fall off value, let me take that down a little bit. So as you can see, it's starting to change color. So what the soft selection does is it will adjust any nearby vertices that are in this, what they call the fall off value. So if I was to resize this now, you can see that everything that is quite close to the edges that I have, or the polygons that I have selected, will be adjusted. So obviously the ones that are orange will be adjusted a lot, and then green, yellow and blue will eventually not get adjusted as much. So what I want to do is I want to do that for the fingers. So if you have a look at your finger, it starts out thick and then it thins down, it tapers down to the point. So I want to click on this edge distance. Okay, so look what happens if I don't have that selected. It will adjust all of my other fingers. So if I have the edge distance selected, and I can change this distance up to maybe about 8, and then the fall off value, I can go and adjust that, so maybe about 5, that should be good. And then in my Z and Y axis I can go and scale that down. Reason why I'm not scaling it down in all directions is then it will go shorter as well, and I don't want it to go shorter. So just in the Z and X axis I'll just go and squash that down. So I can go to my left view, okay, and scale that up, then select these ones, scale that down a little bit. Okay, also just think your this is your middle finger, so this needs to be a little bit thicker than the rest. Okay, then your ring finger slightly smaller than your middle finger, and then the pinky is obviously the smallest. Okay, so as you can see, it gradually is going at a nice taper, so starting out thick and then going a little bit thinner. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so next up we're gonna go and make these fingers a little bit more rounded here at the tips. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off, I don't want the soft selection anymore, so use soft selection. I'm gonna turn that off. Then polygon mode, I'm going to select these polygons, okay, and then I will go and inset. Okay, so about 0.1 should be fine. Okay, move tool, and I'm gonna go to my my front view, sorry, hit Z on the keyboard, and I will push this out. Okay, so something like that, and then I'll go and inset this one more time. Okay, and then I'm gonna go and push these ones out a little bit. Okay, I can go to my front view again. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, push it out, and then I'm gonna push this up as well. Okay, I actually want to push these ones up as well, so I'll just go control click and shift click, control click and shift click, and then front view. I'm gonna no, not that, sorry, my bad. Let me deselect, let me undo this inset quickly. Okay, while I have that selected, let me go to my front view and then push it out, and then push it up a little bit, just like that, and then I will inset and then push it out and push it up a little bit. Okay, I'll go to edge mode. Just gonna select these edges on top. Okay, front view, and then I'll push that up just to flatten that just a little bit better. Okay, that's looking good. Go to vertex mode, select these vertices. Make sure you have those four selected, and then I'll go to my front view again, and I will just push that up, out and up just a little bit. Okay, just until that is round. Okay, and that's looking good. Okay, so the fingers are starting to get some shape. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is create the fingernails. Okay, so how are we going to go about doing that? I'm going to select these vertices in here. Okay, and then just push them back just a little bit, and then go to polygon mode, and I will go and select these polygons. So as you can see, this already has a fingernail shape. Okay, so let's select them. Then what we're going to do is inset. Okay, so remember, you don't want to have these things overlap like that, so I'm going to inset that. That's fine, so 0.02, that is perfect. Okay, then what I want to do is I want to go and extrude this up a little bit too much. Okay, so just a little, maybe 0.002. Okay, something like that. Okay, and then I'll just go to vertex mode, and now I can actually go about shaping them. So I'm going to take these ones, scale tool and the Y, I'm just going to scale that in a little bit. Same with these ones, I'm going to scale that in. Okay, so something like that. I'll take this vertex and I'm gonna go and just push that down a little bit. Okay, same with these sides. Take that, just push that down. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one and push it a little bit forward. something like that. Take this one and push that down a little bit. Okay, so until we have something like that. Okay, I'm going to select then polygon mode. I'm going to select those 4 polygons, and then I'm going to extrude them out as well. Okay, but I want to extrude them out by local normals. No, not local normal. It's by group, I think. Let me see. That's way too much. Let me see if I change it to local normals. Yeah, local normals is not the one. It is group. So extrude them out by group. Select OK, and then we're gonna have to do a lot of reshaping on this. Okay, it's not such a big deal. I'll just go select these polygons and I'll push them down, scale tool, and push that in. Okay. Problem that I'm that I'm having. We're gonna undo this quickly. The problem that I have is these polygons are not. I didn't drag them out straight enough. So I'm gonna have to go and do that. Just gonna select all of them and push them up a little bit. Same with these. I'm gonna have to do that with all the fingers. Take this and just push it up, just like that. I'm gonna have to go individually and do it to all of them. So I'm only gonna show you one fingernail, and then the rest you'll have to do yourself. Okay, let me see if I select these ones now and extrude them. Yeah, it's still going up a little bit. I'll try and make it work. Push them down. Okay, push that down. Take these ones, just push them in. Okay, that's already looking a lot better. I want to take these ones and just push that out and push that out. Take these two just to round that off, just like that. Okay, take this one, I'm going to push that back. So I'm going to pause the video and just show you what it needs to look like at the ending, because it's going to take some time to get that more or less right. So I'm going to show you the final fingernail just now. Okay, so what you want is something that looks more or less, where is it now, there we go, more or less like that. So if it helps, you can apply turbo smooth. So I have turbo smooth 3 iterations, isoline display, I have show end result selected, and then in vertex mode, so if this helps, you can actually go and do some further adjustment with vertex mode to actually get a better feel for what this needs to look like. So maybe take these ones and push them up. Okay, select these ones and push that up a little bit. Push it up. Okay, And we're going to take these ones and just push them in a little bit. Don't want to give a fingernails that are too long. Okay, so working with vertex mode does help you out a little bit. Scale tool, I'm going to scale these ones apart just to make that a little bit thicker. Okay, so all you need to do is just go and just mess around with that a little bit. And as you can see, if I just hit F4, that is slowly starting to get some shape. So obviously I might actually want to make them a little bit longer and just round them out a little bit more. Okay, but yeah, that's basically how you would do that. So I'm just going to go in between lessons and just refine it a little bit better. And then obviously if you have a guy character, a male character, you might just want to go in vertex mode. I might just take these ones and, or maybe just this top one, and just push that in a little bit. Take these top ones. Luckily for a male character, you don't really need to worry too much about long fingernails, unless you have like a character that has like claws or something. That's going to take some time to do, but you can do that more or less the same. So you just extrude them out and make them bend a little bit more. Okay, so that's basically how you would create fingernails. Obviously mine does need some more refinement, so I'll go there and do that in between lessons and show you how they look when they are done. One thing that I forgot to do before we do anything else, okay, what I'm going to do is here on the bottom I'm going to go to edge mode. I want to go and select the bottom pieces here. I'm going to pause it. I'll just select that. Okay, so with those ones selected, I'm going to go to my move tool and I'm going to just push that up slightly. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to select these ones at the top quickly and push that up a little bit, not too much. This is a female character, so I don't want to give her like huge knuckles, just something like that. And let me just apply that turbo smooth again. F4. Okay, that's looking good. What I am going to do, I'm going to actually take this entire ring and then go to my scale tool and scale this out in the X, and it doesn't want to work, so I'm just going to move them up individually then. So I'm just going to space these knuckles out a little bit more, just so the knuckles are a little bit bigger, and I'm going to continue doing that, and then that's basically it. So that's creating the hands. So the next lesson we're going to go and attach the thumb and then attach it to the actual arm.